Hello YouTube, 87 Ricer here, back at you with the video. Just picked this beast up. 2007 Honda Rebel 250. 7,000 miles on it. It's a good bike. Jerry rigged the flag onto it so I can have an American flag while I'm riding. It'll probably come off later on, but this is I decided to go ahead and name this bike Rocket 2 to kind of match my wife's Ice Bear Rocket. So Rocket 2 is the name that I've given it, unless my girls change it. Unless my girls change it, then it'll be a different name. But for now, Rocket 2 is the name of the bike. And of course, I've already put Bomber Auto on it. So the story about Bomber Auto is I was working with my uncle doing lawnmowers, and all the customers that he got, they would come in to his shop, and there would be another company that actually was in town called Black's Small Engine Repair. And he said all those customers that Black's had, they were coming out to his shop for them to repair the lawnmowers. And so he goes, I always thought about, he told me, he goes, I always thought about putting decal of his own over the Blacks, and just kind of for fun, but also because he worked on it, so put his mark on it. Well, that stuck with me, and I thought about it ever since then. I thought, as many cars that I have bought and sold, I could have easily put a decal on the back indicating where they bought it from. Now, obviously, I don't really have a license, and I don't really run a car lot, but the idea of Bomber Auto just really stuck with me. I was like, that would be cool. You see, what I mean by that is I got the name Bomber because back in the 90s and 80s and early 2000s, there was a racetrack called Capitol Speedway out in Holt Summit, Missouri, and they used to run bomber class, which nowadays they call them pure stocks or street stock classes in the dirt tracks. But back in the 90s, I always heard them call them bombers. Bomber class heat number 1, bomber class feature, that's how I remember them. So the name Bomber Auto came because of the bomber class. And of course, I live in Hermann, so Hermann Mo, Bomber Auto. But that's why I show all my stuff with the Bomber Auto, because I'm from Hermann. The name Bomber came from the dirt track racing class name. I thought about doing like pure stock auto or street stock auto, but it just I didn't think it fit me. I just like the name Bomber Auto because of the 90s. And bombers, pure stocks, street stocks, they're actually more like your 1980s Monte Carlos, or your Buicks, your V8 Buicks or Chevelles, that were all gutted out, roll caged, and basically your V8 rear-wheel drive cars of the 80s, 90s, some of the 70s. That was what the bomber class was at Capitol Speedway in Holt Summit. But that track closed down in the early 2000s, and they made way for housing projects. So that's why I always show Bomber Auto, because with every vehicle that I own or sell, I just slap a Bomber Auto sticker on it, because I thought, why not? It's, for me, it's fun. I mean, it really sounds like a legitimate company, a legitimate dealership. So no, you're not going to find Bomber Auto online or even on Google Maps, because it just doesn't exist around here. I just do it for fun because, like I said, when you pull up behind somebody on a car, they usually have where they bought the car from, and that's really why I put Bomber Auto. So when people pull up behind me and they look at my bumper and they see Bomber Auto Hermann Mo, they think, okay, it's a car company or a car dealership. And yeah, that's really about it. They think, okay, that's where they got their car from. Yes and no. Whoever buys it off of me is where they got it from, but where I've gotten them from were different companies. So anyways, enough of me rambling. Rocket 2, unless my girls change it. 2007 Honda Rebel 250, 7,000 miles. Give me a like, hit that subscribe, set your bell notification to all. You should be notified about every crazy ass video that I put up. Till then, I'm 87 Ricer. I'm out. Peace.